As one of the largest academic medical centers in the U.S., Cedars Sinai is at the pinnacle of healthcare. Over 16,000 people, collaborators, innovators, and problem solvers, work daily to improve the care of over 1 million patients each year.
Cedars Sinai has a long history of innovation in the science and practice of medicine, as well as the delivery of healthcare services.
Cedars Sinai laboratories and clinics sprout ideas, therapies, and devices that improve human health worldwide.
In the last 5 years, we have developed over 100 new technologies that have run the gamut from new diagnostics to medical devices to therapeutics and beyond.
Since planting its roots in 1902, Cedars Sinai has been at the forefront of medical advancement. Now, it's leading the charge in digital health and technology, striving to accelerate the development and impact of innovative healthcare solutions. And that's the impetus behind the Cedars Sinai Accelerator.
What is magical about the Accelerator program is the energy that you get going into a room where people are trying to make the world a better place.
It's great to see these really hungry new companies who have these fantastic and innovative ideas about how they might be able to change the world and be able to nurture them and help them develop their products.
The Accelerator program has provided dozens of health tech companies access and mentorship to the world's leading physicians and researchers.
Being able to have access to an entire ecosystem, I think, is absolutely invaluable to these companies in a way that they just wouldn't get outside of an environment such as Cedars Sinai.
Taking the problem that we've identified and then being able to find a company that's working towards solving that problem is so exciting. Really, these companies that come forward are on the leading edge of healthcare.
Happy to say, to talk about just how fun it is for us as healthcare administrators to be able to brainstorm ideas with the accelerators and really kind of see some of those ideas through the pilot programs be put into action and used.
Technologies developed within the Accelerator program are now real-life solutions, directly benefiting Cedars Sinai patients, medical staff, and people all around the globe.
There's so many people that benefit from the Accelerator program. The patients that we serve, the physicians and clinicians that deliver.
It really benefits a big, larger, broader organization and audience and our community at large.
Since the launch of the Accelerator program, our companies have contracted with thousands of hospitals and clinics to improve care for millions of patients every year. Collectively, they have raised over $500 million in investment and funding.
Tapping into the emergence of technology that really didn't exist before, and it's really opened up entirely new vistas and avenues for creativity and for advancing the state-of-the-art in healthcare.
Cedars Sinai is proud to work and grow with companies in the Accelerator program as they continue to inspire and lead the future of healthcare. Introducing Jim Lauer, Vice President, Technology Transfer and Business Affairs.
I tried to read your book, but it's too complicated. And I can't know how to feel.
Well, hello and welcome to the Cedars Sinai Accelerator Demo Day. I've been practicing so much now I don't really know my talk, so I hope you'll go along with me as I go. But thank you for joining us. Contrary to what you might have heard, my name is Jim Lauer, and I'm the Vice President for Intellectual Property at Cedars Sinai, and I'm the Managing Director of our venture fund, and the innovation activities at Cedars Sinai fall under my purview, including the Accelerator. Today, I'm proud to have the members of Class 8 showcase their companies and their technologies that they're solving problems we have as a healthcare provider. Healthcare, as some have noted, is very complicated. At Cedars Sinai, being able to provide efficient and cost-effective care is enhanced by partnering with early-stage health tech companies. Working with the companies that have come through the Accelerator has enabled us to improve the delivery of quality care to our patients and the community that we serve. Since the accelerator was established back in 2016, we've connected with outstanding startup companies from around the globe. With the addition of Class 8 cohort, Cedars Sinai now has over 70 alumni companies. We are here, though, to put the spotlight on the 10 companies that have successfully traversed the boot camp-like program for the past 3 months. I think you'll find it inspiring to hear the impressive group of founders and CEOs share the mission of Cedars Sinai of making the world a better and healthier place. So, okay, that's enough from me. I'm going to ask that the show get started. Thank you, and please enjoy.
Please welcome Acolyte Health.
I tried to read your book, but it's too complicated. And I can't know how you feel. Damn, I hate it.
At 43, I had a heart attack. My wife and I navigated my patient recovery journey with stacks of printed papers and the complexity of the patient portal. And just like the 70% of patients who had an incomplete understanding of the treatment plan, I was left with more questions than answers. My name is Brad Bigelow. I'm the CEO and founder of Acolyte Health. My survivor story and my recovery journey that millions of people go through each year with their own illness is why I started Acolyte Health. I thought to myself, why do we have this patient engagement stuck in 2005 with stacks of papers? Couldn't we do something better than that? Here's what I would have preferred 10 minutes after I left the hospital on my phone.
Hi, Brad. You presented to the Hope Health Emergency Room with a heart attack. Your stent procedure was successful, and you are being discharged with the following instructions. Start your medication tomorrow morning by taking 60 milligrams of Brilinta once a day and taking 60 milligrams of atorvastatin once a day. Lastly, make an appointment to Siimee in 2 weeks and sign up for cardiac rehab classes. You can do all these things by clicking on the links provided below. We are wishing you a full and speedy recovery.
You can even share these videos and these call to actions with your caretakers and loved ones, which is very important. So at Acolyte Health, we're creating a new channel of engagement, personalized interactive video content, featuring the digital twin of your trusted caregiver to provide the most effective call to action communication to the patient in minutes. I created my avatar in front of a green screen. It took about 45 minutes. You can also do it at your computer, as long as you have an HD camera. And here's the result.
And after creating my avatar, I have sent out hundreds of videos to dozens of people with a few simple clicks of a button and an automated variable data merge and send feature.
So using generative AI and automated language technology, along with synthetic human technology, we like to call it deepfake for good, we can now create multiple videos in multiple languages to serve the 25 million limited English proficiency speaking patients in America today. Just like this.
This is our example of digital nurse Maria delivering a breast cancer screening video for Hope Healthcare. And this is her saying the same thing in Spanish.
Uno de cada 8 mujeres será diagnosticada con cáncer de mama invasivo. El 87% de los casos no resultan en muerte con detección temprana.
So I was actually watching everyone's head nod. That's my favorite part, by the way. So you're probably asking yourself, why interactive videos and why now? Well, some of these things are obvious. People prefer video over text when learning, including our baby boomers, and 80% of them are already on YouTube. People are living longer and they're costing more to our healthcare system, while our caregivers are overwhelmed and under-resourced. And the real key is that consumer demand and changes in healthcare policy plus significant advances in technology have converged to unlock the incredible potential of journey-based interactive content, personalized and at scale. In collaboration with the #2 hospital in America and a health plan that's in stealth mode with us today, we're creating and building an end-to-end patient guide platform for care coordination. And the fundamentals of our platform are focused on enabling content to be repackaged and customized into interactive videos, organizing those videos and curating them with personalized data, call to actions, so patients and members can take their next steps, orchestrating the delivery of that content to our customers at the appropriate time in their membership or care journey. And while we anticipate a substantial amount of use cases across the care continuum, we can't do them all right now, unfortunately. We're really focused on care gap closures. So we can improve the access and understanding to our patients of their care plans, to nudge the 92% of patients who are not completing their preventative care treatment recommendations, to ensure patients are accurately taking their medications, and that they're better prepared for their surgeries or post-surgery discharge so they don't readmit. Along with incredible collaborators and development partners, we have a seasoned team of health tech innovators and experienced leaders, C-suite administrators, and been there, done that advisors. And the Cedars Sinai Accelerator affords us a world-class proving ground to prove our hypotheses and to improve our platform. Now that we've shared the Acolyte Health mission with all of you, guiding people to better health outcomes, we'd love to learn more about each of you at the booth or at our table at the back there after the presentation. So thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the show.
Introducing Aevice Health.
Hello everyone, my name is Adrian, CEO and co-founder of Aevice Health. Aevice Health is a connected care platform company that helps doctors to better manage patients with respiratory diseases. We are a company backed by Toho Holdings, a listed company in Tokyo with more than 700 pharmacies all across Japan. As a child, I grew up with asthma. There were times when I found myself struggling to breathe in the middle of the night, only to find myself in a hospital next. I saw firsthand the pain and anxiety that my parents went through. Chronic respiratory disease is the third leading cause of death worldwide and affects more than 500 million people. Among them, asthma and COPD are the two most common types of respiratory diseases. In the US, 25% of all ED visits are associated with asthma and COPD, and this is in fact far beyond any other diseases and costs the healthcare approximately $50 billion a year. However, 1 in 3 of these ED visits can be avoided if we achieve better control over these diseases. And this is why we developed the Aevice MD, a connected care platform powered by our proprietary smart wearable stethoscope to help patients manage asthma and COPD at home. By placing the Aevice MD smart stethoscope onto a patient's chest, we listen to their lungs, just like having a personal doctor next to them continuously. Our platform then analyzes this sound and identifies digital biomarkers such as respiratory rate, heart rate, and pick out abnormal lung sounds such as wheezing, which could be indications of an asthma or COPD attack. Every night, our patients will wear the Aevice MD smart stethoscope before they go to bed. The Aevice MD device listens to the chest in real time and notifies both the patients and providers once an asthma or COPD exacerbation has been detected. In such an event, a healthcare professional can auscultate the patient's lungs through the Aevice MD platform remotely to provide clinical advice and determine if an ED visit is necessary. With our digital platform that you see over here, we help to streamline clinicians' workflow by drawing a correlation between a patient's medication compliance and their symptoms over time so that we can better identify patients at risk of exacerbation, keep their disease under control, and keep them out of the hospital. Now, currently patients who are being discharged from the hospital because of a recent asthma or COPD attack are being sent home to self-manage their condition. When they are due for clinical visits in 30 days, they are expected to articulate what has happened in just a span of 30 minutes consultation, which can be really subjective. With the Aevice MD, We can now help to provide patients to automate the process of symptoms tracking and provide this objective information to doctors in real time and improve patients' outcome. Our technology has been clinically validated with promising results where our solution has achieved similar and better accuracies as compared to FDA-cleared devices in the market today. In our recent human factors study that we have conducted, healthcare professionals and patients love our solutions and believe that the Aevice MD would help them to achieve control over their disease state. We are on track with our US FDA 510(k) review and expecting to receive our clearance as a Class 2 device in Q1 next year. Following which, we are targeting to complete 2 clinical pilots and launch our device first for asthma next year, followed by for COPD in 2024. And once we have achieved success in the US market, we'll look to expand into the Asia-Pacific region. We are commencing 160 clinical pilots with Montefiore in New York, starting in Q1 next year, and are talking to a number of health systems over here to pilot and commercialize our product. In the Asia-Pacific region, we have strategic partners like Dow Holdings, our investors, and AstraZeneca, and are close to completing 2 trials in Singapore. Aevice Health is made up of a passionate teams of scientists, engineers, and former clinicians who believe in developing technologies to improve healthcare. We are also proud to have David Van Sickle, the founder and former CEO of Propeller Health, that develops mud inhaler, which was acquired by ResMed in 2020, and Jean Hitch, the former director of Vectora Group, that manufactures inhaled medicines, as our board advisors. At Aevice Health, we believe that the Aevice MD is the future on how respiratory diseases will be diagnosed, be treated, and be managed at home. Please feel free to look for us at our booth behind here if you are interested to know more about our solution. Thank you.
Please welcome Shift.
I'm here today for the nurses. We all have our stories. I know for me, when I woke up in the ICU after emergency brain surgery, I was scared and alone, and it was the nurses that helped me make sense of it all. Nurses are fleeing the profession, and if we don't do something, they're not going to be there for us when we need them. We care for those who care for us. My name is Maggie Hubble, and I am the CEO of Shift. 90% of nurses are considering leaving the profession. Nurse turnover is already at an all-time high of 22%, costing US hospitals $3 billion a year. Hospitals are competing for fewer nurses to fill critical positions, and newer nurses are being asked to step up into roles that they aren't ready for. We give hospitals the edge they need to attract, train, and retain nurses, all while saving them time and money. Virtual reality is 4 times faster than any other type of training and can be taken independently. By putting just 2% of their training into Shift's virtual reality, we can save every hospital $1.3 million per year. Nurses learn in a lifelike, safe-to-fail environment that they love. Let me show you the product in action. Shift launched with a $250,000 government contract that we got in 4 days. We have received $500,000 in customer revenue, $250,000 in grants, and $1 million in investment. Not bad. And we have partnerships with the most prestigious universities in nursing. We've built a rock star team. Wendy and I know how to get customers, and make users happy. This is not our first rodeo. We have attracted some of the most influential nurse leaders in the industry and people who have deep experience in business development in healthcare. Together, we've accomplished great things already. And now, with our acceptance into the Cedars Sinai Accelerator that led to a contract and co-development agreement, any target buyer will pick up the phone when we call. We are targeting hospitals that have money earmarked for technology and innovation. We make it easy for hospitals to buy by selling to them in a way that they understand and that ensures long-term contracts that will continue to grow as our training library grows. We also have reseller partnerships, like with Sigma Theta Tau, the second largest nursing member organization in the world. The sky is the limit. By building a huge library, we reach nurses wherever they are. Training only 1% of US nurses, whether they're in a hospital or outside of a hospital, makes us a unicorn. With the #1 West Coast hospital leading the way, and conversations already underway with Mayo and Cleveland, we only need 5 additional contracts with hospitals this year to reach $1 million ARR in 2023, and we've opened up a round of funding to make this happen. It's our turn to be there for the nurses. Join us on this mission. Thank you.
Introducing GattaCo.
The touch of you, it's what I've been looking for.
Hi everyone, I'm Pankaj Singhal, President and CEO of GattaCo. This is Nia, my 13-year-old daughter. She was actually diagnosed with a chronic health condition about 2 years back. Since then, she's gone through frequent blood testing and now hates all the needle stabs and the frequent disruption in her life. She's not alone dealing with this issue. 1 in 10 Americans have a chronic health condition, and over 70% of all diagnostic testing is blood-based. For example, 7% of all Medicare claims go towards just managing 1 chronic kidney disease. These conditions require frequent blood testing. And these tests involve fragile biomarkers that degrade the cells due to bursting cells once the blood is drawn. That's why cells are separated as soon as possible using the equipment here called the centrifuge by trained scientists in a laboratory to generate stable plasma. Transporting blood is like transporting melting ice. Because you can't even freeze it. That causes the cells to burst as well. I see somebody's agreeing with me in the audience. So because blood is so fragile, over 90% of blood samples are still collected by going to a centralized location called a draw center. During COVID, access to these draw centers was limited, which is why mobile delivery vans or mobile blood draw devices started coming on the market. But the fundamental problem still remains. We are still transporting blood, which is fragile and not transportation friendly. GattaCo has developed a unique solution to address this problem. Plasma collection devices that can be used anywhere. This video shows how it works. The patient simply touches a finger stick blood sample to the device, and the device does the rest. Provides immediate liquid plasma from blood, which is a much more stable sample that can be used right there or can be mailed to a lab for testing with existing tests. We've got 20+ issued patents on this technology globally. We've also recently done FDA and ISO medical device registrations to launch it commercially as a Class 1 medical device. Now, because plasma is shipped rather than blood, it easily fits into existing clinical workflows. Our collaborators and partners have generated high-quality results from day one and given us really positive feedback. We're working with well-known institutions like Cedars Sinai, Medical Hospital, the St. John's Cancer Institute, and commercial partners like GenScript to bring these products to market. We've shown data already on a few very key applications using this approach with our partners. Shown here are examples in clinical chemistry, antibody tests for infectious diseases, as well as decentralized clinical trials in cancer. These demonstrate that GattaCo device-based plasma can generate lab-quality results. Now, where are we now? Our Gen 1 device, as I mentioned, called the APON, is now available as a Class 1 medical device for CLIA laboratories. We are in development of a Gen 2 device with larger plasma volumes for high-volume automated applications. And then we also plan to scale this technology even further to larger blood tube-based laboratory samples to hopefully one day replace the centrifuge, which is one common anchor that everybody in the lab industry just doesn't like. We built a strong team with domain expertise in life sciences and diagnostics. Personally, this is my 4th startup. I've had 2 strategic exits and 1 IPO. It's an addiction to be part of startup. We have an experienced team of 15+ dedicated employees and several experts working together really hard to bring these first products to market. Finally, I would say we are focused on making high-quality blood testing available to patients anywhere, including my own daughter. Thank you.
Please welcome Siimee.
Siimee. When your perception is blurred, what does it truly mean to see? When you see people, in seconds, you make an unconscious assumption about who that person is. It's a process that we're all conditioned to do. However, what we assume about who people are based on their background and appearance can lead to bias and create a negative impact. And this negative impact is a growing problem that occurs every single day in recruiting. It affects job seekers' experiences and companies' bottom lines. Hello, my name is Rhett Lindsay, and I am a former engineering recruiter with several years of recruiting experience. Now, I would like to take you all on a journey with me, if you'll allow me. Imagine being in a company meeting at your job and hearing the lyrics, "Where do these N-words be at?" repeated 4 times explicitly as we discuss how to better find more Black software engineers. How can we truly see people in this way? That was my experience. I was hurt. I didn't feel valued as an underrepresented employee. I didn't feel seen and respected as a Black man. And as a result, I resigned from that company. It's no secret that every employer truly wants to recruit and hire the best talent, but internal biases blur that process. And job seekers from all walks of life are tired and frustrated with not being seen properly. But we're changing that problem by introducing a better and new solution that allows employers and job seekers to equally be seen with Siimee, a recruiting tool that pairs employers directly to job seekers while increasing diversity and reducing bias in hiring. We've made it easier, y'all, for recruiters and job seekers to connect and see each other. And how we do that is through a swiping experience between the recruiter and job seeker. So no more applying directly to roles and not hearing from a recruiter. And no more sorting through applications of candidates but not seeing every single person that's applied. We have values-based pairing between recruiters and job seekers, highlighting things that matter most outside of just skill sets and experience. We have bias reduction technology, helping reduce recruiting discrimination between the employer and the job seeker. We've eliminated unsolicited outreach, unsolicited connection requests, and unsolicited messaging. And lastly, We have an interactive resume experience. It makes it easier for the recruiter to review a candidate's background and share it with the hiring manager directly. We also offer 2 different desktop experiences for job seekers and recruiters to have access to their daily analytics. Users can also schedule, moderate, confirm their interview appointments while also looking at their daily activity feed. But the biggest thing that matters most when it comes to Siimee is our accurate candidate representation data. This data is how job seekers truly identify themselves. They're allowing them to be able to see each other clearly without assuming who someone is based on their skin tone, based on their gender. And this helps with companies' DE&I efforts based on the prospects of who they're actually talking to. And how we differ from other recruiting tools right now is that we offer bias reduction technology. We've eliminated the cattle call application method. And there's no more unsolicited outreach. Our pricing model is simple. We're free for job seekers, and we offer employers 3 biannual subscription tiers based on their recruiting and hiring needs. And our milestones are really, really awesome right now. We're going to go to pilot with Cedars Sinai pending our user agreement and raise additional seed capital from funding. And lastly, have successful KPIs. Our go-to-market strategy is to go into 3 different industries: healthcare in 2023, tech in 2024, education in 2025. How we're going to do that is through a very extensive outreach method through companies that qualify in these tiers. And then for the job seekers, do a very hard marketing social media campaign online to people that fit registered nurse roles and IT professionals. This is a huge industry, everyone. $28 billion. If we can just capture a small percentage of that, from employers to job seekers to professionals, there's no way that Siimee would not be successful. But the real success starts with you all. You have to understand how job seekers and employees truly want to be seen and evaluated in today's world. Have a clear and intentional focus on values versus skills, and mitigate bias as much as possible from the recruiting and hiring process. So with that, what does it mean to see? To look, to examine, to take in, to acknowledge. We're all diverse in this room, every single one of us. And we all deserve the opportunities to be seen and acknowledged for who we are and our background and our experience. So think about that the next time that you're interviewing a candidate for an opportunity, and how you would like to truly be seen with Siimee. Thank you.
Introducing Nirdesh Gupta, Managing Director for the Cedars Sinai Accelerator and Technology Ventures.
The touch of yours is what I've been looking for.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nirdesh Gupta. I'm the Managing Director for the Cedars Sinai Accelerator and Technology Ventures program. You have just heard from half of our companies in Class 8 cohort. While we are here to celebrate the work that they're doing, I would like to share some updates from the companies that had been part of our past cohort. HealthNode is a preclinical intake automation company from Class 5. They have recently closed $17 million in their Series A and is expanding their partnership with Unity, Point Health, and Northwell. HealthNode is on track to power 3.5 million visits in the 2022 alone. Next company, Artera, which is formerly known as Well, is a communication platform that connects patients to providers from our first class. For the past 3 years, Artera has experienced 100% year-over-year business growth, reaching more and more health systems with their platform. They are integrated in more than 500 of the country's leading health systems. Artera has facilitated 1.1 billion messages reaching over 40 million patients to date. It has been so inspiring to see Artera grow from the Accelerator Premier class. Another company from Class 5, Lantum, is a workforce management SaaS platform supporting healthcare staffing needs. They have raised more than $15 million. Lantum has won 19 large-scale NHS contracts in UK. In addition, is going to live in 2 ICUs at Cedars Sinai. With over 120 employees, Lentum is poised to optimize the workflow for hospitals around the globe, keeping clinicians and patients happy and healthy. This is just to name a few. We are immensely proud of all of our alumni and their continued dedication to improving the healthcare field. The innovation and solutions that have come out of the accelerator and expanding and improving the scope of care for patients around the world, this is what we are most proud of as an institution. We hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Please welcome Aidin.
The touch of you is what I've been looking for. Will you say my name?
One day, all of us will choose a nursing home or a home health agency or a rehab to care for a loved one. It will be your mom or your dad or your husband or your wife, and they'll be sick and you'll be scared. And on that day, a case manager might be your hero. I know because case managers were heroes to my family when my uncle was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. They were the people who overturned denied authorizations, chased down lost referrals and faxes, and countless other barriers to ensure that my uncle got the care that he needed. But data suggests that the barriers are winning, and nearly a third of hospital discharges today are delayed simply because there is no authorized plan. Fewer than 15% of patients are choosing the best quality care when they leave the hospital. I'm Russell. I founded Aidin, an enterprise healthcare communications platform to work hand in hand with case managers to help them enable a bold vision for case management, to get patients to the best provider on time, every time. Imagine doing one thing for 10 years. It's a long time. It's long enough to convert legacy case management systems at 50 hospitals across the country. It's enough time to measure and validate the multi-million-dollar return on a new case management model. Enough time to turn that value into a profitable company and a home for our team of 10 healthcare revolutionaries. There's two things that make Aidin unique. First, Aidin is case managers' home to work with all of their external partners, and we focus specifically on workflows that cross organizational boundaries. Second, Aidin leverages everyday workflows to align and incentivize and reward your external partners and your internal staff to work towards shared goals. Many case management teams have been decimated over the past couple of years. And we're rising to meet the demand by, for the first time ever, building out a sales and marketing team, so we're hiring. And we're partnering with folks like Cedars Sinai and UCLA and Ohio State and Vanderbilt to address denied and delayed authorizations once and for all. This is my uncle. There were countless doctors and nurses and therapists and techs who were a part of his journey, but it was case managers who helped us all along the way. So please visit our website at myaidin.com, learn more about us. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Candlelit Therapy.
From the moment a mom hears her little one's heartbeat or feels their first kick, she's a lifeline for her baby. Hi, I'm Lauren Elliott, founder and CEO of Candlelit, and I was a lifeline for both my 5-year-old and most recently my 5-month-old. Black moms experience bias, stress, depression and anxiety, or perinatal mood and anxiety disorders at a 100% increased rate when compared to white moms, yet lack the culturally affirming mental health screening, education, and treatment options. I know how it felt when I learned that our oldest was in fetal distress at 38 weeks, and how it felt to be ignored just hours before both of my cesarean births. Stories like mine happen far too often among countless women of color, while existing interventions are delayed, ineffective, and often fail to reflect our lived experiences. This inequity has only been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, costing US employers, health systems, and ultimately patients over $19 billion in revenue loss each year. Doing nothing is not an option. That's why my team and I at Candlelit, we created a solution that's the only culturally affirming virtual maternal mental health screening, coaching, and education app for pregnant and postpartum women of color. We built a solution to help local maternal health providers proactively reach out to moms who are showing early warning signs of depression and anxiety and connect them to virtual care, uncovering inequities among patients and helping their providers to solve them. Our care model is rooted in equity, where moms learn about us through either a self-referral or a referral from their doctor. We assess their current symptoms, pair them with a coach, and then determine next steps as a team. Our predictive features allow moms to both identify and mitigate their individual risk through one-on-one or group coaching, along with psychoeducation, so they can finally align their birth plans with their birth outcomes. And we're starting initially to support the over 200,000 Black moms who are facing perinatal mood and anxiety disorders each year. Today, continuity of care doesn't exist for Black moms or their families seeking mental health support. Incumbents in the space often follow status quo, which creates additional gaps in care at the systems level and also inequities at the patient level. But we're well positioned to increase patient satisfaction, engagement, and overall care through data-driven insights, and we already have some traction. Our early partners have already helped prove the need for our intervention. Now, with the help of channel partnerships, we can finally get our app in the hands of moms and the systems that are closest to them, who are all facing an overwhelming demand for mental health services. We're currently exploring a revenue model where we charge health systems a flat rate per mom per year based on their size. And as we roll out, we're looking to learn more about how we can support moms and expand our product and our service offering and the like. We're on a mission to equip every Black patient with mental health support who are choosing to give birth in a hospital, so they won't go through the same experience that I did. My birth experiences, as well as my career in public health, have given me a deep grounding in this space, and I am supported by moms and an amazing team of healthcare consumers, advisors, who all know all sides of this crisis. Access to culturally relevant maternal mental health care is crucial, and our team is leveraging data science and telemedicine to impact the lives of 1 million Black moms by 2025. If you or any mom you know is struggling, please let her know that she's not alone and that Candlelit can help. And we'll be in the background we'll be in the back to hear about any sort of experiences or birth experiences. Thank you for your time.
Introducing Healthleap.
Hey everyone, I'm Josiah, the CEO and co-founder of Healthleap. We started Healthleap because we realized that healthcare has a dark secret. The most effective treatment for most patients is never offered to them. In our haste to reach for pharmacological intervention, we often ignore our body's most elemental needs. Nutrition care that is personalized to us and our unique medical condition gives our bodies the raw materials it needs to fight disease and heal faster. Hospital patients that receive personalized nutrition intervention recover so much faster that on average, their length of stay shortens by 1.1 days, their 30-day mortality drops by 30%, and readmissions reduce by 26%. The world is still trying to figure out how to scale this powerful treatment. And currently, a shocking 1/3 of all US hospital patients admitted are suffering from disease-related malnutrition. Unfortunately, only 9% are diagnosed. This means that the immune systems of 11 million US hospital patients are severely compromised due to a preventable condition. My wonderful sister and co-founder is a clinical dietitian who worked in hospitals to treat malnourished patients. There she experienced the pain and the insanity of not having the tools she needs to identify malnutrition and optimize care efficiently. To understand the daily risk of disease-related malnutrition in patients, you need longitudinal data about a patient. That's why our AI model uses a wealth of real-time EHR data. We developed a flexible AI model and retrained it on 170,000 patient cases at Cedars Sinai. Unlike busy clinicians, our model can detect malnutrition risk continuously, and on average, we detect it 2.3 days earlier than dietitians. This allows for much earlier nutrition intervention, which shortens patient length of stay. The Healthleap risk prediction model can identify 62% more malnourished patients than nurses using best practice screening tools, even if we only flag the same proportion of patients. This makes it possible for thousands of additional patients to receive better care. It was important for us as founders to not just solve the problem of identification, but also the treatment problem of malnutrition. So we built a decision support app for dietitians that helps them calculate much faster the nutritional needs for their patients and match that to an optimal set of feeding products. This nutrition care app, combined with our EHR integration and model, closes the loop on treatment data and health outcome data, which further trains our machine learning models to optimize for health. Nutrition intervention leads to uniquely large outcome improvements per hospital because it affects patients of nearly every disease. And hospitals are also bleeding a ton of money. Every additional patient that gets diagnosed and coded as having severe malnutrition can lead to $11,000 in additional reimbursement and a shorter length of stay. It is time for us to solve the nutrition crisis we're living in. And luckily, awareness and support is growing. In September, the Biden administration announced its $8 billion strategy to reduce nutrition-related illness and support nutrition as medicine startups. As founders, we've built multiple profitable ventures. My CTO co-founder and I grew his previous AI startup into a $250 million AI trading fund. But we left to build something more meaningful with my sister, who inspired us by hacking together a clinical productivity tool in her free time to treat more malnourished patients in a day. I'm excited to announce that we're now working with Cedars Sinai to screen 10,000 patients for malnutrition risk. We're also working with the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which is the largest organization of food and nutrition professionals in the world. If you think about it, all of our digital consumption is highly personalized to each of us. Healthleap is building the exciting future where our physical consumption is highly personalized to maximize our health. Thank you.
Please welcome LUMINARE.
The touch of yours, it's what I've been looking for. Will you say my name?
I'm Sarma Valamuri, an internal medicine doctor and hospitalist, and I'm the CEO co-founder of LUMINARE. 8 years ago, I had to admit my friend's daughter, Emily, to my ICU for a lung and liver transplant. I recused myself from care and went home. I came back the next morning to find that Emily's heart had stopped due to severe sepsis. I rushed to bedside to help the team with chest compressions, and 45 minutes later, I had to go tell my friend his daughter died. The team did not fail her. Everything was done according to the standards of care. It's the standards of care that failed her. After that, I went home, mortgaged my house, quit my job, and started a health tech company. Emily's story is not the exception. 1 in 3 patients die of sepsis in hospitals today. It is the #1 killer in hospitals. It is an enormous expense in lives, and it's $20 billion in wasted resources. This is also an enormous opportunity for sepsis treatment improvements, a $2 billion US TAM to be exact. This is why LUMINARE's mission is to make sepsis the #2 killer in hospitals, and then 3 and 4 and so on. So why is sepsis the #1 killer in hospitals today? It's because the health tech industry has focused on speed as the only answer to better sepsis outcomes. LUMINARE is 10 times faster, but speed alone isn't enough. It's speed combined with other key factors, and by addressing the whole problem, LUMINARE positions hospitals to generate revenue, empower nurses, and save lives. And that's just the low-hanging fruit. After all, name one hospital who can afford not to save lives and generate revenue and fight alert fatigue and shorten stays and empower nurses and cut costs and avoid lawsuits and decrease burnout and improve star ratings. We're patented. We integrate directly into the EHR and help nurses' workflows. Plenty of companies talk about empowering nurses. We actually do it. Hear for yourself what nurses have to say about LUMINARE.
The system helps me see if anyone has already initiated a sepsis protocol.
If you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. LUMINARE works because you ask the right questions, makes you think, to pay attention.
It takes next to no time, and the program is easy to use. Draws your attention to so many things, confirms so many things. It works.
Out of 30 years, it's still good. Still puts a smile on my face when they get in that wheelchair and they go, "Thank you. Sorry, that's cool."
LUMINARE combines the 4 basic industry approaches towards sepsis treatment with our expertise and IP to provide an integrative solution that gets patients home to their loved ones where they belong. We've had over 75 press and media mentions in the last 2 years and have received various accolades from the leaders in healthcare. I'd like to take this time to recognize 3 strategic partners that are here with us today. Our hosts, the Cedars Sinai Accelerator, thank you for believing in us, for investing in us, and for putting us on this stage. Our home, the Texas Medical Center's Innovation Institute in Houston, Texas, and our technology integration partners, NTT Data. So here we are today. Our goal this year was to land an innovative, best-in-class hospital to validate our clinical improvements, the financial return, and the overall commercial viability of our solution. And thanks to our participation in the Cedars Sinai Accelerator, I'm proud to announce publicly for the first time that LUMINARE is planning an enterprise deployment at the Cedars Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. For patients, this means better care and getting home to their loved ones. For Cedars Sinai Medical Center, it means ending the sepsis epidemic in US hospitals, all while showing a 6x return on investment, empowering nurses, and improving outcomes. And for LUMINARE, this means our Series A. We're currently preparing for our Series A for next year to capitalize on our momentum, to grow our customer base, and exponentially improve revenue, to continue to make sepsis the #2 killer in hospitals. Thank you.
Introducing Syntho.
My name is Wim Kees Jansen, founder and CEO of Syntho, and we unlock privacy-sensitive data with synthetic data. Why? Because we are in the middle of the digital transformation, and data-driven solutions like software, business intelligence, and artificial intelligence are about to change our entire world. But those data-driven solutions are only as good as the data that they can utilize. And this is a big challenge, because 50% of all data is locked, worth of $4 trillion of missed data opportunities due to strict privacy regulations. And this is especially challenging in healthcare, because healthcare data is the most privacy-sensitive data, with even stricter privacy regulations. And to overcome them on data sets or databases, one typically applies classic anonymization techniques. One typically starts with by deleting the direct personal identifiable information, such as the names. And one continues to remove the indirect information by applying aggregation. And one continues to apply classic anonymization technique to make it harder to identify individuals. This does not work anymore. First, there is always a privacy risk. It is harder, but not impossible to identify individuals. Second, the more you apply those techniques, the more you protect your privacy, but also the more you destroy your data. And this is not what you want for analytics, because destroyed data will result in bad insights in a solution that's time-consuming. Hence, Syntho is on a mission to build the future of data privacy with our AI-generated synthetic data platform. So how does it work? By utilizing the power of AI, our platform learns all statistics, patterns, and relationships that are in the original data. Then, our platform is able to generate completely new and artificially generated data. And therefore, we do not have privacy risk. The data is fully artificially generated, and individuals simply do not exist anymore. Key difference: we apply AI to model those statistics, patterns, and relationships in the generated synthetic data, and to such an extent that you can use the synthetic data for analytics. And this synthetic data twin is as good as real and statistically identical to the original data in a solution that works easy, fast, and is scalable. We demonstrate this with our quality report, where we compare the original data in gray with the synthetic data in green. And here we see the distributions and the frequencies of variables in the data set, and they are both identical. Here we see the correlations, the relationships between variables in the data set, and also they are identical. And of course, our quality report contains many more statistics. But we are most proud with our collaboration with SAS, because their data experts assessed and approved our synthetic data. So what did we do? We used 4 machine learning models, had a neural network, logistic regression, gradient boosting, and a random forest, and used the area under the curve, a measure for machine learning performance, to compare the original data with the synthetic data. Here we see the results from the original data. We also include anonymized data as benchmark, and the synthetic data from Syntho. And these are the results from this assessment, and the conclusions. First, synthetic data is as good as real in comparison to the original data. Second, anonymized data shows worse performance. And finally, generation works easy, fast, and is scalable. That's why we work with top-tier customers in Europe, Japan, and the US, typically in healthcare. For example, pharma organizations, typically with use cases in clinical trials. Hospitals, research-related, or around the electronic health record system. And health tech organizations, typically around data sharing. So how does it work? Typically, those organizations work with the most privacy-sensitive data, and consequently cannot simply use or share that data with stakeholders. And therefore, they miss data opportunities and cannot realize data-driven innovation. Our solution shares this data in synthetic form to guarantee both the data privacy and the data accuracy, to unlock the data. And a benefit for those organizations: less risk, more data, and faster data access. After our visit, those organizations can now test, develop, and innovate with synthetic data. That's why Gartner is also optimistic about the future of synthetic data. They predict that by 2025, 10% of all data produced will be synthetically generated, up from less than 1% today. And if we combine this with data from the Boston Consulting Group, this will be a high-growth market opportunity with a 224% CAGR, reaching a $400 billion market opportunity. That's why we built a self-service synthetic data generation platform, to be ready to serve this huge future demand. And we optimized our platform for easy deployment so that we can deploy in the safe and trusted environment of our customers. For easy connect, so that we can connect to the source, to the original data, and to the target environment to write the synthetic data to for an end-to-end integrated approach. And for easy use, so that anyone can generate and benefit from the value of synthetic data. This is how we unlock those 50% of data and how we make sure that those $4 trillion of data opportunities will be realized. And though we are expert on synthetic data, our team is real, and this is your real opportunity to unlock your data with us. Thank you.
Introducing Samantha Shobash, manager for the Cedars Sinai Accelerator.
The touch of yours is what I've been looking for.
We hope that you have enjoyed hearing from these 10 amazing companies. I myself have had the privilege of overseeing their development in our program, and I'm so proud of the work that they have done, and I look forward to seeing how far they will go. If you would like to support these companies in any way, I encourage you to do so. Their information will be on our website at the csaccelerator.com. Now, I cannot end the show without mentioning some very important people. Tom Prisilak, for your support and leadership in paving the way for Cedars Sinai to be a leader in innovation. Jim Lauer, Nirdesh Gupta, Pam Collingwood, and the rest of the Technology Ventures team for your dedication and loyalty to the mission of this program. David Wrigley for his guidance, Omar Perez for his dedication and tireless efforts sourcing these amazing companies. This program would not be the same without you. To my team, Jeremy Roseman, Howard Reese, and Say Steves, thank you for your loyalty not only to me, but to this program. To my wonderful associates, Bianca Riello, Jacob Zaitsu, Michael Velez, Odu Makuria, Anish Bilakante, and Zuzana Izdebska, thank you for providing such powerful support to our companies. They're amazing. And lastly, Michael Adame, thank you for your loyalty to our program and help planning this event. Thank you all for your time today. I'm so honored to be involved in such a powerful program. And for those watching us that have joined us virtually, again, please find their company information on our website. And for those who are with us here in person, please join us for our reception in the back. Thank you, and good night.